Hi, this is Travis with Two Brothers Adventures. Today I'm going to be talking about the Coghlan Ferro rod. We're going to review this against our standardized checklist for fire starting devices. For more information on that checklist or about this video series, check out the link we'll throw up on the screen now. The first thing we just normally talk about is packaging. This typically comes in like a blister pack. We don't have the original packaging for this, but that's how it comes. It does come with the ferro rod as well as this string kind of lanyard with an actual striking device on it. So that's what comes in the package. As far as weight, pull out the scale and let it zero. So it's kind of a big rod. So the whole setup there is 1.6 ounces. As far as cost, these are pretty inexpensive. They're anywhere from $3.50 to $5 depending on where you pick them up. How these work, it's a striking device, so you use the striking mechanism and you simply go down the rod. It creates spark. We're going to skip over the burn time because obviously we wouldn't do a burn time on this. We're going to do the water test. So the first water test we're going to do is the damp mist test. I'm going to use this water bottle and spray this 3 times and then see if we can get it to spark. Little sparks. So not as many sparks. What these were, there we go, as we wear through the dampness strikes. Now we'll move on and do the dip test. So go ahead and dip everything. Shake it off. So with these, typically if it gets wet, you should be able to dry it off. We could keep scraping until we get down through the wet part, but there we go. So we got spark after we dry it off. And then next we'll go ahead and move on to the soak test. So I'm going to take this, get the timer out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in this bottle of water for 2 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and pull it out. Alright, so we're coming up on 2 minutes, so we'll pull this out. We hit the 2-minute mark. Alright. That's stuck in there. So I'll just go ahead and shake it off. See if we can get it to strike. A little bit of spark there. So if you can see, it's actually peeling off the some of the rod. See it in my hand. The really nice thing about that though is even this rag's been damp. We've been using it for other things, drying everything off. But you just simply wipe this off, wipe it off in your jeans, whatever, and it should strike. So that easy and quick to dry off. So even though when it's wet, it doesn't strike, you can easily dry it off. So that's the soak test. Now we're going to move on to the one-handed test. The one-handed test with these are a little tricky, but it's can be done. I'm going to go down here to the ground. What you can simply do is find a log or something like that. I'm going to use the edge of this curb here, but you can put it on the log, step on it with your foot, still use it one-handed. So definitely passes the one-handed test. Next we'll set up and we'll do a wind test with this. Alright, for the wind test I have a fan set up down here at the end. It's got 3 fans in it, and then we have a yardstick. And what I'm going to do with the striker is I'm going to strike right here at the end, go about halfway, and then right up against the fan, so we can just simulate or show that this will spark no matter what the wind conditions are. So move down to the middle, sparks. We'll get as close as we possibly can here. As you can see, so wind doesn't affect the sparks off of the ferro rod. Alright, so for a conclusion on the Coghlan ferro rod, it passed all of the water tests. So it passed the mist test, it's passed the dip test as well as the soak test. Again, with these ferro rods, what you got to do when they get wet is just dry them off and they'll strike right away. It also passed the wind test. So for the money, these are starting to become pretty available. Usually anywhere you can find Coghlan stuff, you can pick one of these up. For inexpensive, it's a great thing to add to your collection.